What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, and Nick Fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop. Hit that notification bell. Well, for those that seen my video yesterday, and if you haven't, go back and check it out. Kai Soto gets another chance at the NBA. He will be joining the Summer League. All right, but this video is still about the same thing, but these are three teams that I would like to see Kai Soto play for, especially Summer League, because I think he would get recognized. And not so much the three teams, honestly, but three coaches. I mean, if these coaches were to leave and go to any other team, I would like to see Kai Soto go to that team under these three coaches and play under their tutelage. Reason being is these coaches, what can I say? These coaches, they focus on team basketball. I mean, they have, some would say, superstars on their team, but they get every player involved. And what I like about them, they utilize their big men. A lot of coaches these days don't utilize the big men like back in the days. And with Kai Soto being a big man that can stretch the floor, I can see him fitting very well under these three coaches. Like I said, no matter what team that these three coaches will be coaching, I think he would be a perfect fit for Kai Soto to go and advance his career in the NBA, because I think they will see his talent. All right, now let me hit you with these three coaches. First is Mike Malone from Denver Nuggets. Then you got Eric Spoelstra from the Miami Heat. And last but not least, is Will Hardy from the Utah Jazz. The first coach I'm going to talk about is Mike Malone over in Denver Nuggets. Now, if you look at the Denver Nuggets, their team and the way it's built, especially with Nikola, the Joker, he's a big man. He can move the floor. But when he first got into the league, nobody really seen that greatness in him. And that organization alone and that coach helped bring a lot out of Nikola. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm just going to call him the Joker, Jokic. And I like what he do with the big men. Even with the there's another big man on there. There's a couple of big men on that team, but I like the way he uses Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant is another big man that he's. If you ask me, Kai Soto offensively is a better player than Thomas Bryant. His defense is what really got him in the NBA. But the way he's utilized under Mike Malone, the big men that is, and the way he runs the team, it's a team concept. And why I stress that for Kai Soto, because in Australia under the Adelaide 36ers, it wasn't no ball movement. It was basically give it to this player, that player, and we're going to score and win. And Japan and the B League, it was basically the same thing. And the reason being that these coaches, they're trying to make names for themselves too. I know a lot of them coaches overseas would like to have jobs in the NBA. So it's like, I'm going to play the players that I think that's going to get me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you see and think the way I think. But getting back over to these three coaches, Mike Malone would be a perfect coach for Kai Soto, in my opinion. Then you got Eric Spoelstra, which I think Eric Spoelstra is a genius. Just look what the Miami Heat is doing right now in the playoffs. Just look what they did against my New York Knicks. One might say that was an easy task. My Knicks, a lot of people don't have faith in my team. I do. There's a lot of Knicks fans that don't have faith in my team, our team, but I do. And I think the Knicks got a good team. I think if Randall would have got it together, I think if our coach would have ran a different scheme, the Knicks would have had a different outcome. But with that being said, he was out-coached by Eric Spoelstra. And because one reason is Eric Spoelstra is another coach that is team-oriented. And yeah, Jimmy Butler get out there and do his thing. But if you look at that roster of the Miami Heat and what it's made of, they have at least 10 undrafted players. 10 undrafted players. Yet they're contending for the NBA Finals right now. Matter of fact, they one game away. And the reason I want to stress that, because that's a coach that see the potential in players that other people don't, and he know how to utilize their skills. So if Kai Soto was somehow in the summer league go under, get into Miami, was somehow play for Miami, I could see him making that roster, and I could see him thriving under Eric Spoelstra, because Eric Spoelstra is a coach that know how to utilize the talent that he's given. And let's face it, Kai Soto is a talented player. He is. He just have to get the opportunity to be and show the NBA what he can do. But last but not least, I'm being honest with you, in my opinion, the perfect fit for Kai Soto would be the Utah Jazz, and that's under Will Hardy. If you look what Will Hardy did with marketing, and not only that, Will Hardy is one of the youngest coaching in the NBA, and before he really got his first head coaching job, he was assistant. Matter of fact, he have something in common with Eric Spoelstra because they both started out in the organization as video guys, just putting video together for the team. So these are guys that are dedicated to their craft. These are guys that work very hard to get where they got, and these are guys that took the time to get to know players and get to know the players' abilities and skills and how to utilize them on the court. And I think under Will Hardy, if you see how, like I said, what he did with Laurie Marketing, what's the guy, Saxon, a few other players, this guy will be a perfect fit for Kai Soto, especially with Kai Soto's skill set. And the thing about these three coaches, they know how to build confidence in players. That's just my opinion. And tell me what y'all think. But before y'all hit me in that comment section, don't forget to subscribe, please. And then hit that notification. But with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.